Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Supernatural, episode 1219, titled The Future, which premiered Thursday, April 27, 2017 on the CW. It's April 30th for me right now as I'm recording, so a few days have passed, but huge spoiler alert, guys. If you haven't seen the episode already, go do so first, then come back and see what I have to say about the episode. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen right now, so take a moment to read over those, and otherwise, let's start the 10-minute clock, and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So timeline-wise, don't really know how long it's been between 12:18 and 12:19, but we do know that, according to them, it's less than a month until May 18th, which is the expected due date for the Nephilim baby. So technically, the pacing between now and then should roughly be every episode, should be every week from the looks of it. So there is that. That's my guess, though. Episode reminder, though, is the fact that Castiel sides with Kelly Klein. Causes a huge thing. But anyways, storyline breakdown for the episode. It's really only the one storyline, and that is finding Kelly Klein. So we get Sam figuring out that the grace extraction that Castiel tried to do on him in season 9 to try to find Gadriel could possibly render the Nephilim baby powerless, turning into a human baby. Therefore, leaving Kelly to raise her normal human baby without either of them having to die to stop it from ruling the world. Also, we find that Castiel steals the cult to go after Dagon with two of his angel buddies, including Kelvin, who end up dying. But in the end, Castiel kidnaps Kelly, and then he tries to protect her against Dagon when she attacks. But that's not the case. Sorry. Instead, Castiel actually kills Dagon before he leaves with Kelly, which is the last scene of the episode, which is Castiel telling Kelly that he saw a vision of the future, one that the Nephilim baby had promised, when the baby allowed Castiel to tap in its power to kill Dagon. Tidbits, though, we get that Dean gives a cassette tape to Castiel as a gift, which he tried to return because Dean was pissed at him. But Dean also scolds Castiel for going off the grid like he did, especially with the situation they're currently in. And also, Dean analyzes Castiel's attempts for a win when he's been dealt with so many losses. So he's trying to figure out just why Castiel is willing to go to such lengths to ensure a win for them. And it's because he's been losing for so often. He wanted to give the brothers a win for them. So there's that. End tally, though, we get Kelly Klein killing herself only to be resurrected by her baby. She does it by slitting her wrists in the bathtub. And Dagon finds her fully healed and everything. And Kelly's just blown away the fact that save was kind of proving to her that the baby wasn't evil. But anyways, Dagon kills Calvin and Josh, two angels, Josh one, who takes on a different vessel than when we last saw him in season 5, as well as she kills a third angel, which I didn't catch the name of. So there's that. We also get Dagon destroying the cult. I consider it a kill, considering that's been such an iconic piece, and kind of sucks since the Winchesters just got it back. But then we get Castiel killing Dagon with the help from the Nephilim baby, passing some of its power to Castiel to do the job. So there's that. Most shocking moment of the episode, the Nephilim baby gave Castiel a power boost against Dagon. I did not think it was powerful enough to do that, especially with that power transfer thing, though. But it kind of gives you a little sneak peek of what the baby could do if he can kill a Knight of Hell or a Prince of Hell, if you were. They're pretty powerful stuff. So there's that. Top 3 favorite moments. First favorite moment for me has to be Sam and Dean coming to the conclusion that the grace extraction could be their solution to sparing Kelly Klein and her baby. It was a great moment for them, that whole brainstorming thing, coming to that conclusion, and then for them to have that dawning realization that this is it. This is what we've been looking for. And you could see just the excitement on their face. Like, this is what we were looking for. This is it. This is what could turn the tides for us. Because also in the episode, Castiel was questioning Sam and Dean whether the fact that when it came down to it, can you kill an innocent, which is technically Kelly and the unborn baby? So they kept on asking, when it comes down to it, can you really do it? And Sam and Dean always deflected by saying, we'll find another way. There has to be another way. And for them, this was it. So just to see that dawning realization come to them, it was really great to see, for sure. Another favorite moment of mine has to be Castiel beating Dagon and finally killing her. It was just great to see Dagon so stunned and shocked that he was able to not only stop her attack on him, but then to have him I don't know. Then to have him kill her and then have, thanks to the baby's help, it was very satisfying, especially after she had just kicked his ass repeatedly, and then to have him not only heal but to just throw it back on her face was just awesome. Definitely needed for sure. Another favorite moment of mine, though, has to be the fact that Kelly Kine refuses to leave Castiel's side. Not only with the whole time that Sam and Dean were trying to get her to come with them to the bunker, and then she's just refusing, saying, I'm going with Castiel to heaven type thing. But it was mainly when Castiel tells Kelly to run before Dagon got to her, and she refuses. She instead stands by his side and takes his hand, not knowing that the baby would transfer some of its power to Castiel, but she just would not leave Castiel's side, believing that they were meant to be connected in a way that he would protect her baby and protect her, and she was not gonna falter off that stance. So she stood by him, and I really like that, actually. So there was that. Moving on, though, top 3 P moments. I only had the one. It was the fact that Castiel betrayed the Winchesters. He stole the Colt, and while his intentions were well and good, the fact that he betrayed them and played them in order to get to the Colt, it bugged me. Just to have him appear after they've been worried for him, only for his sole reason to come back was because they had the Colt. So it stung, for sure. But what will I remember most when I look back on this episode? The destruction of Dagon and the Colt would definitely be a huge one, for sure. So there's that. Random questions, though. Number 1. What are the chances that the baby is tricking Kelly and Castiel into protecting it until its birth, and then it's just going to be, I don't need you type of thing? I'm a little worried about that. I'm on the fence about it, actually. So there's that. Second question, though. Does the baby still have a hold on Castiel like how Naomi had control over Castiel in season 8? When she was digging away at his brain, kind of corrupting his viewpoints. It's kind of looking like that, but I'm wondering if that's actually the case or not. But moving on to predictions, though. Based off the promo for 12/20, it looks like Dean tries to get a hold of Mary, and he tells her about him and Sam going to help the Witch Twins, a.k.a. Asa Fox's kids, who are in a bit of a trouble. And it also looks like Mary faces off against Mr. Ketch. Definitely some punches thrown, and then it looks like she's restrained of some sort, so it's not looking good for her either, though. But based off the synopsis, though, for 12/20, Richard Spade Jr. is directing this episode once again, aka he plays Gabriel, or the trickster, if you were. So it's great to see him back in the director's seat. But it reads that Alicia Baines calls Mary for help after her mother Tasha goes missing. Sam answers Mary's phone, and he and Dean head out to help Alicia and her twin brother Max find their mother, who was hunting a powerful witch. Meanwhile, Mary starts to have some doubts about the British men of letters. So again, the twins were met previously in the season at the hunter's wake, if you were. So there's that. We knew of Alicia's name, we just never knew her brother's name, but now we have it. It's Max. So anyways, any questions after all that? Well, based off what happened with the whole vision thing that the baby gave to Kelly and to Castiel, I'm thinking it could go of one of 2 ways in regards to that Nephilim child. The good road, which is what we're all hoping for, is the fact that the visions of the baby being a force of good in the future are actually true. Therefore, he can be the savior to the world and bring about new change that Castiel is willing to fight for and Kelly is hoping for, instead of everyone telling him the baby's evil. Now, the bad road, which I'm thinking that's the way it's going to go, is the fact that these visions of the baby being a force of good in the future are actually a lie to ensure that it is protected until it is born. Now, if this were the case, and I could see it going this way, because then this route would have it screwing with Castiel's head as he once again sides with the wrong side, coming to protect this baby, thinking it's a force of good, and then having to be born and find out it's actually a force of evil. That's going to really screw up with Castiel's mindset, and it's going to have him doubting once again just where his judgment lies, and if he can tell the good and the bad. Plus, if this is the case, this could be the new villain for season 13, since this birth is set to be the finale on May 18th. So I'm thinking it's going to look like that, because I have no idea how they are going to what the new villain will be in next year's season. But I'm thinking if the baby is going to go down this dark and evil path, then the obstacle could be the fact, how do Sam and Dean stop this when it's a baby they have to stop? To them, it's technically an innocent, but an innocent that's destined to do very dangerous and very deadly things. So I'm thinking the bad route is where we're going to go when it comes to this Nephilim child. While I'm hoping for the good route, just for the sake of all of our characters, but there is that. Also, we do have the issue of the British men of letters being a threat. I'm really glad that Mary is starting to have doubts about them, but to how far will we actually see them strike against her is the question. But there's the timer. But I really think it's going to have to be the British men of letters versus the Winchesters, and the Winchesters are going to have to take them down. So there is that. But that's about it, everybody. What did you guys think of the episode? What did you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your own thoughts, theories, predictions about all of that. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I read blog promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place. So go check that out. I try to be up to date with it as best I can. But everything's found in one place once I get a hold of it. Also, check out my WordPress account. Link for that is down below. Everything's connected that I post online to my WordPress. It's also more organized. It's still a work in progress, so keep that in mind. But go check me out and follow me there as well. Sorry. Also, if you want a detailed recap of the episode, a play-by-play, if you will, check out my Livejournal entry account. The entry for this episode is down below with its link. You get a detailed recap of the episode as I watch it for the first time, jot note diversions, a play-by-play, if you will, included with my own questions or thoughts that occur while I'm watching the episode. Definitely helps for me to keep things in order and to keep certain quotes or certain moments in correct order. And it's also a great reminder later on when I go looking back. So I hope those help you as well. But check that out as well. But that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you come back next week to hear what I have to say about the next episode. But until then, guys, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week wherever you are. Bye for now.